Alright, we're trying this again, y'all. You guys said it was all spinning. Well, we back to it, y'all. I don't know how long it was spinning because the phone fell down and voila. What up, what up, what up? I'm cranked up on adrenaline this morning, you guys. I got that adrenaline flowing. I'm a little wild this morning. I already had one bite. I was like fishing for like less than 10 minutes and had that first bite. And then the live stream started spinning. And so I had to restart the live stream because I was just spinning. Spinning. Thank you, David, for letting me know I was spinning. I would have never known if you didn't tell me. Blue's already got a couple stalker trout down there where he's at in California. I should have had one fish this morning. I don't know what flavor it was because I didn't see it. It hit like a trout. It acted like a trout, but I would have never known. Yeah, I didn't get too dizzy. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm so dizzy, my head is spinning. That was a song from like way back in the day. Who sang that? Was it the Beatles? Beach Boys? I don't remember. David, do you know who sang that song? Hopefully that glare from the sun ain't blinding you guys too bad. If it is, I can always change angles on the phone or the live stream or whatever. Well. I guess doing a little not remember who sang who the group too, so it's all good. It's all good. I just remember it being played a lot back in the day. Even though I'm not like as old as the song is, it was still being played a lot when I was young. Thank you guys for joining us. You guys missed the first bite of the day. I'm sorry about that. Make sure you guys hit that like, comment, subscribe, and share. Y'all rock. Hopefully we're going to get a few more bites today. Hopefully we're going to put some fish in the basket and then eventually maybe do something special with them. I don't know. I got some stuff planned in the back of my head, but I forgot to grab a key ingredient to what I'm doing today, so hopefully it works out. If I do what I'm planning on doing. Of course, if you guys watch the channel, you guys know this spot just fine. I done my last catch and cook here, right over there to be exact, on that little fire pit I built for that particular catch and cook. So I'm not going to be doing no building no fire today. Sorry. The wind died down for like exactly 1 second and it picked back up. Imagine that, you guys. I don't mind the wind though. It's not hurting nothing. It knocked you guys over in the first live stream I did this morning. I'm glad you guys are okay. That would stink if my audience got hurt because they fell during the live stream. My phone almost went into the water. Just my luck, just my luck. But it should be a fun day. This will probably be 2 live stream day if we're going to do what we're going to do. That way this one's not as long of a live stream. But there's no guarantees we're going to catch anything to do what we're going to do anyways, so. I mean, I have faith in my ability to catch a fish, but baiting and waiting really does take its toll. Thank you, I appreciate that. I'll give you guys a pan around of where we're fishing. It's a reservoir, basically a lake, but the only difference between a lake and a reservoir is this, is a reservoir is meant to fluctuate with water a lot for irrigation or whatever. And then a lake is meant to hold water and not fluctuate as much. So, hi there, Rexy, however you say that. Release the grease, what's going on, man? We got some big plans for today if the fish cooperate. Some big plans. Yes, double tap that screen, like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, this is one thing all YouTubers should tell watching their lives or videos. You guys share out our content with other people. That gets more people watching our content. So if you guys share, that's why I always say like, comment, subscribe, and share. Because if you guys are sharing our content, that's getting it out to more people. So, whether or not they subscribe, at least it's getting out to more people. So make sure you guys share when you guys do the like, comment, subscribe, and share. Appreciate it, y'all. Sounds like old Blue's having a heyday down there where he's at catching fish. He's already landed some. I've had one bite, and that was pretty much as soon as it hit the water. And then all of a sudden you guys fell and I lost signal and had to restart you guys. Yeah. I'm going to start tying up some jigs here pretty quick. I got some jig heads and stuff like that now, and I'm going to start tying up some jigs here pretty quick. Whether they're steelhead jigs or crappie jigs or whatever, I'm going to be tying up some jigs. 3 little ones, nice. Are you going to be grilling them up soon, Blue? I hope so. You released them? Ah, gotcha. Nothing wrong with releasing fish though. 15 inches are a decent keeper though. I mean, I wouldn't turn my nose up to 15 incher. Not by any means. Of course, last week I turned my nose up at I think 3 of them that was 15 inches out over at Prineville Reservoir. But it really wasn't because I was turning my nose up at them. It's just because they didn't swallow the hook and I didn't feel like killing them because they didn't swallow the hook. Daniel Benedict, what's going on, man? Thank you, I appreciate it. It's almost time for the St. Patty's Day, isn't it? I forget what month. Is it this month? Yeah, the holdover ones, the one thing about the holdover ones is they've been eating what's been in the water a lot longer. Just chilling out anytime out next month, huh? What's going on, Paul? Glad you could join us. Always glad when you can join us, man. No, I missed him. I set the hook and was reeling him in, and the live stream fell over and the fish came off. Your friend's dad's birthday and the next Saturday. Huh. Valentine's Day, y'all. Wow, your old lady's birthday. Well, happy early birthday, Justin Copels. What's going on, man? I'm down here on the as you get here to the reservoir, my little red Dodge Dakota will be sitting right there on top, man. So you'll be able to look down from the Dakota and see me and say hi if you want to. Matthew, what's going on, man? You're back, sweet. We're waiting on that second bite of the morning. Hopefully it's gonna happen. What I want to do today, I need at least 3, maybe 4 trout I want to do. So hopefully I'm going to get some trout at some point, because I didn't bring any food today. So to do what I'm going to do, I need some trout. If it was just me going to be here, I would only need 1, maybe 2 trout. But I think some people are going to join me today. So if that's the case, then I need at least, I think, maybe 4 trout. 3 might do it. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on the size of the trout. I don't even know if the people who are joining me like trout, but I mean, I'm still gonna fix them if I get them. So should be an interesting new concept to cooking a fish, at least for me, anyways, because I've never done it this way. I do have all the cooking stuff in the truck, so if we get to where we're getting a pile of trout, we'll try it out. You see, that's the one thing about baiting and waiting that it's kind of hard to do, is because I like to be casting and moving, casting and moving, casting and moving. Right now I can't do that because of my hands. And I know you guys are probably getting tired of hearing about my hands, but it's the reality of the matter, and that's why I mention it. It's not to get sympathy from anybody. I just want you guys to know that I normally be doing when I'm fishing. It may be hard for me to fillet a fish because I haven't done it since I had surgery. So that's another obstacle course that I'm going to have to jump when and if we get a limit of fish, or the fish for what I want to do. So we'll see what happens. Gotta go. All right, man. Be safe. Have a good day. Be safe out there. The little sad emojis. I get that, man. When you gotta go, you gotta go. I've still got like 2 other videos I've got to edit on this SD card on my phone yet. Like the video from last weekend, and then I've got some, I think I got another haystack video I've got to edit at some point. The reason why I stockpile fishing or something, I've got a video to cover me. Boy, that sun hitting me. It's feeling warmer. Anyways, I'm about ready to maybe recast out there. I've been out there a minute and ain't gotten a bite. Yeah, I definitely need one of those. We'll call it the Castmaster 3000 or something, that can rifle my gear out there for me. Yeah, I know, right? Where I work, they got this air thingy they use to make science for doing projectiles of rockets and stuff like that. They make paper rockets that they make. And I said, I could use that. That could be my new Castmaster 3000. And they just chuckle at me. Because I think with that thing, I could probably hit the other bank with it. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I'm just looking forward to catching fish, and hopefully my hands will work good enough for me to fillet the fish for what I want to do. And hopefully who's going to be out here later on at some point will like to eat fish, and it'll work out, I hope. That first bite hit as soon as it hit the bottom of the reservoir. Now I haven't had a bite since. El Vato, what's going on? How you doing today? One of these days, man, when you got the time, man, let's do a dual live. That'll be so much fun. So much fun. Hey, Blue, you want to do a dual live today? Can you go live from where you're at? I'm glad it's your weekend, man. My weekend too. I'm ready to catch some fish and eat some fish. If I can get one or two or three or however many it's going to take to do what I want to do. I'm always trying to do something different with my fish. So this will be something new, but I've never tried. I may have seen a version of it on YouTube from somebody else at one time and point. That's what maybe gave me the idea of doing it, but I forgot one crucial ingredient for this, but you know, whatever's. It's not supposed to rain today. It's not supposed to rain today, so should be pretty good, pretty good. So Josh, of all trades, I'm hoping in April I can come see you in Washington State, and maybe we can hang out for a day by the river or something, and I don't know, have a picnic or something. I don't know, do some kayaking or something. I don't know, because I know you kayak, and I think you fish a little bit, but maybe not as much as I do. So that'd be cool if we could get together and do something sometime, maybe in April. Yeah, that would be fine. Let's wait until it gets later in the week, and then we can hash things out and figure it out. All right? Because I don't want to plan this far out, because I know I got something going on maybe Saturday afternoon, maybe Saturday morning. I'm not real sure what exactly. I think I've got something going on, so it's kind of in the air right now. I know what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm cheering for the Sea Chickens. Go Sea Chickens. I'm just raising Cain with all my friends that like the Seahawks. I don't really mean it. It's just it's just funny to see the reactions when I say see. I'm sorry, I shouldn't do that, but they know I'm just having fun. I don't mean it. Here, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, fishy. Where's Mo at to get her rhymes and going on to get these fish to bite? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'd like to do that in maybe early to mid-April and come up and shoot a video and just have fun, you know. Since you stopped running your regular route out here, I haven't seen you much, so I kind of like to get out there and do a little fishing with you and maybe do a catch and cook with a trout or whatever kind of fish you got up there. You know, that'd be cool. So when's the sportsman show, David? Is that this weekend? All right, man. All right. Heck yeah, that'd be fun. Along with you. Through the 15th. That's a long sports show. That's next weekend then, huh? Right? I think so. Maybe. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I can make you laugh, Blue, about the whole thing and the chicken hawk. I know Blue likes the Seahawks too, so I don't mean any harm, but I'm just having a little fun. Wow, somebody's out there in what looks like a kayak, and it's windy. Check that out. I mean, check that out, you guys. I mean, check that out. I don't know if it's a kayak or not, but I mean, that's a for. Oh, you guys are kind of leaning sideways. You guys are the leaning tower of live streaming. Instead of leaning tower of whatever they called it over there. I think Italy. I'm not real sure what it is, but I mean that's a small vessel for a windy, cold day. But if my hands were better, I'd be probably doing the same thing too. Because when I got here this morning, I'm like, that pile of brush right there, I could catch me a crappie off right now. I could catch me a bass off of that pile of weeds right there. The thing about it is that's private property right there. So I'm gonna take the chance of walking over there, fishing it, having the cops call on me, and then maybe getting a ticket for trespassing. So that's why I'm not fishing that brush pile right there. And I know it's deep because it's deep right here where I'm at. I know I can catch crappie and bass off of that this time of year because it's deep and it's structure. All I got to do is hit the edge of those bass, if I work it slow enough, those crappies, if I work it slow enough, are going to come out and they're going to eat. But I don't have my kayak. My hands can't handle towing it around and loading it and unloading it right now. Or else I would have brought my kayak and fished that. But I mean, that's crazy. They're out there and it's like windy and like 35 degrees out, and it's like, what? You tilted your phone straight in. I like that. All right, back to focusing on the fishing at hand. All right. There we go. Yeah, I remember a chicken and a chicken hawk. Yeah, it was awful like Looney Tunes, I think, or Tiny Toons. No, Looney Tunes, not Tiny Toons. Yeah, he had that old southern drawl to him. Yeah, I believe I remember that one. Here, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, fishy. Boy, I'm half tempted to relocate a bait. Been out there almost a half an hour. So once it hits that half an hour mark, we'll relocate a bait. Just to try. See if we can't get in another direction. I'm having fun this morning. I'm enjoying my time. For sure, for sure. The geese were squawking earlier. They ain't squawking now. I I almost would like to be throwing a worm and a bobber, but it's just too windy. If the wind died down, and it has died down a little bit, but if it stays down, I'll consider taking a worm and a bobber and throwing that out, because I feel like keeping a bait moving, that's why I like casting 50 a day, increases your chance of catching a fish, because you're covering more water. It's just right now that's not what I'm able to do. So, but if the wind stays died down here in a few minutes, I'll switch to a worm and a bobber, and I'll throw a worm and a bobber and let that do all the work. And then I can cover more water. Even just standing in this one spot, I'll be able to throw out there, because the wind is blowing from the east to the west. I can cast to the east and then drift the float out, throw it a little further out, do the exact same thing, throw it a little bit further out and cover more water. That way I'm covering more water, I'm covering more distances of the water, instead of just throwing it out there and letting it set in one spot. So it makes more sense to me to fish that way than it does to just bait and wait. Baiting and waiting, it works, it's very effective, but on a slow day, being able to keep a bait moving can definitely make it a more productive day of catching fish. So I always recommend that if you are able to cast and retrieve, or use a float to keep your bait moving and covering more water, it increases your opportunities and chances of catching more fish. Okay, do you need a permit for your kayak? Yeah, you do. Last year or the year before, they made it to where it doesn't matter how big your vessel is, you have to have a permit to use them. But I mean, it's not that expensive, so I'm like, every 2 years renew it like a boater's registration. So yeah, I just buy the 2 year thing. The Marine Board sends me a thing in the mail every 2 years, and I send them my money, and they send me my registration and stuff, whatever you want to call it. Yep, it includes kayaks. All right, we're gonna reel in and relocate baits, because we're not getting bit. So let's do that. All right, relocating dough bait. Okay, guys, relocating worms. Hitting another spot. Hitting another spot. All right, you guys. Relocated baits. Still fishing. Caleb, what's going on, bro? I hooked one fish right off this morning and then lost it. And then haven't had a bite since. There are, well, I haven't, never mind, Blue. Never mind, I won't. I need to check more into that. Because, yeah, it's still pretty full. I'm surprised it didn't get lower. Caleb, you catch any more sharks over there, bud? In Florida? Man, that was cool to see you catching a shark over there, man. I'm gonna make it to Florida someday. I got family over there in Florida. I wanna go see. So someday, I hope to make it to Florida, and maybe I'll get to see you while I'm in Florida. Or are you planning on coming back to Oregon, so I don't have to go to Florida to see you? Caleb, when are you going to start posting more on YouTube, bud? I know you don't post on YouTube often, but wouldn't hurt my feelings if you posted more on YouTube. Got you. Because I'd like to do a dual live with you while you're over there in Florida. I done. Oh, that's a bite. 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 Yeah, baby. Let's go. Fish on, you guys. Second bite of the day. Did we get him? I think we missed him. Yep. What the? We missed him. No. Stole my bait. What the? Alright, let's get some more bait out there. All right. Dough bait going back out. All right. Second fish we missed this morning. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I want to go catch a redfish and a black drum, and basically what's been happening, you guys. Fishing with Ferg, what's going on, man? Basically what's been going on, happening here this morning is I'm not letting the fish swallow the hook, and I'm planning on, I want to cook fish today at some point. So if I would just be a little more patient, just let them swallow the hook, I would be catching all these fish that I'm missing. At least I would think that I'd be catching them, but you know, I don't like them swallowing the hook. That's my thing, especially if I'm planning on releasing fish. That's why I don't like bait fishing very much, just because they swallow the hook and stuff. Good morning, Ferg. Fishing with Ferg. But yeah, that'd be cool, Caleb, to go catch some redfish with you, or a snook, or even a tarpon. You guys got tarpon there in Florida. Have you caught a tarpon yet? Or a snook? And these fish are real fish, Caleb. Just because they're not as big and as ferocious as the fish you got in Florida, they're still real fish. Gar, yeah, I haven't seen you post anything about gar yet. I love catching me some gar. Them gar fish, they're fun. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I like catching me some gar. How big was the gar you caught there, Caleb? 3 foot, 4 foot? Are they the long nose spotted gar? Short nose gar? What kind of gar are they? I don't know. What do you call a fish that don't shut up, Josh? I want to know. Big mouth bass, huh? Yeah, nice. Long nose gar, sweet. 3 foot long. Yeah, they got some ferocious teeth, and they can be hard to hard to land them, that's for sure. For sure, for sure. They got that hard, bony mouth, too. Yep, they do. They got some really gnarly teeth, them gar do. And it don't matter what species of gar it is, they got gnarly teeth. For sure. I've got some pretty gnarly teeth. You see that tooth right there? I cut it with a line, trying to use my teeth for tools. That's how come I'm missing part of my tooth right there. So I got some pretty gnarly teeth too. Since we're talking about gnarly teeth for fish, on fish. Have you caught any monster largemouths down there in Florida strain largemouth there, Caleb? I know they got some big ones down there. Have you caught a snakehead yet? Using those worms and bobbers. Do 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 do. I got worms and bobbers on my mind. Thinking about switching to a worm and a bobber. But who knows what I'm going to do. You just never know. I'm back. Nice. Well, I've missed 2 fish this morning. I haven't landed nothing yet. Which stinks because, well, when you're missing fish and you're wanting to eat fish, it's hard. I'm hoping to catch a couple of them today to cook at some point. But so far, all I've done is missed 2 bites. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yeah, the fish that I catch today, when I cook them, I have to flay them out. So, wow, really? Yeah, Real Life's got some good stuff going on his channel for sure. Man, I like watching his live streams just like I like watching your live streams. You guys got good stuff going on there in your channels. For sure, for sure. Way you cook that carp up too, man, you make me want to go have dinner with you. Ain't nothing wrong with eating a good piece of carp. For sure, for sure. I get tired of people calling them a trash fish when they're not. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, all these people calling certain fish trash fish, and I'm like, man, you guys just don't love fish the way I love fish. Man, I don't see a fish as a trash fish, no matter what species it is. I love and respect every single one of them, big or small. A lot of people call garfish a trash fish. I don't see them as trash fish. And you know, the reason why they call them a trash fish, y'all, the reason why they call a garfish a trash fish is because they eat the bass and the bluegills and the game fish. That ain't no reason to call them a trash fish. They're doing what they're meant to do, which is eat other fish. I know, and drums are really good eating fish. White bass too. I know. It just don't make no sense. I don't, people who don't respect fish and can do something like that, why are you even fishing? I'm sorry, I'm getting a little excited here, but that's the way I feel about it. They are delicious, I know, right? It's like, come on, y'all. It's like they pick and choose which fish are good and which fish are bad. But when you have a true fond love and respect for every one of these fish, there's no such thing as a trash fish. Yes, there's invasive species. Could have controlled them at one time. But just because they do something naturally like eat other fish or eat fish eggs or whatever be the case, doesn't make them a trash fish. But yeah, release, man. Them garfish, they some. They're bony. Now, if I had to say one fish really isn't that attractive, it'd be the garfish, but I still find them attractive. Because I find all fish beautiful, even if they unattractive to 100% of the world except for me. Or that 99.99%. Well, I'm that little like 0.001% that don't think they're ugly, you know? What kind of garfish you fishing for there? Are you fishing for gator gar, long nose gar, short nose gar, spotted gar? What kind of gar are you fishing for? I know when I was growing up, we fished mostly for long nose gar when I was growing up. Yeah, lane cod's a good eating fish for sure. For sure, for sure. Gotcha, gotcha. I've only ever targeted this long-nosed gar and a gator gar. We might have had spotted gar and short nose, but I don't recall ever targeting them growing up. Oh man, that stinks, man. That's a that's a heartbreaker, especially when you spend all that time and energy to get into doing something like that, and then you got something you know is gonna catch fish, and then you go out and you use them and you're using them, and then all of a sudden you get one snag or you hook a fish and it breaks you off, man. That's heartbreaking, man. I know what that's like. But I'm looking forward to tying up some maybe some crappie jigs this year. I usually just tie up flies that I'm going to use for trout fishing, but this year I'm going to tie up some crappie jigs and some steelhead jigs, I think. For sure, for sure. You ever been out there throwing a bass lure and hook one of them guard before? Especially a topwater bait. It's always crazy to see one of them guards come up and hit one of them buzz baits on top of the water. It's always crazy. Had that happen a few times when I was growing up. I don't know if you throw a buzz bait at all release, but I know you do throw some bass lures and stuff out there. It is just crazy because if you're not ready for it and you catch it on, they catch you off guard and they come up and they hit it and you're thinking it's a bass or whatever, something you're actually if you're fishing, because a lot of people don't associate guard with hitting top water, but they do it. Um, but yeah, there's a few times growing up you'd be throwing a buzz bait or a popping cork or something, fishing for bass and stuff, and then all of a sudden, whammo! Gar come up and hit your buzz bait, and they come flying out of the water like a missile. It's crazy to see. I think every time that ever happened to me, though, they broke off because my drag wasn't set for a toothy critter. It was set for more of a bass. Them toothy critters, when they hit, if you're not careful, they break you off pretty quick. We're gonna give it 4 more minutes, and then we're gonna relocate baits because we're not getting bit. So, and that's about the best recommendation I can do if you're not gonna be up and rooting and moving to different spots. Is just reel in your stuff once in a while, relocate your baits from the same area you're fishing, and it'll increase your chances of getting bit for sure. instead of just throwing out there and waiting for hours on end in one spot. I always recommend that you do something different, even if it's just thrown into a different area from the same spot. Boy, it looks like some fog might be moving in, even though it's supposed to be in the 50s today. Not supposed to be cold at all today. It's maybe a little windy and a little cloudy, but it's not supposed to be cold. Of course, most people think 50 degrees is cold anyways. Are y'all going to be watching the Super Bowl tomorrow? Who you got winning the Super Bowl tomorrow, y'all? I want to know who y'all got winning. Now, I'm not even going to recast that one out. I'm just going to move it a few feet and let it continue to fish. And then the same thing with the worm. I think I'm just going to move it a few feet and then let it set. Because technically then you're still moving your bait and giving yourself an opportunity of catching more fish. Such a beautiful day out, you guys. Really, truly is. Truly is. Wind kind of died down a little bit. I think our next move is to move to worm a bobber. But for right now, we still got worm on that hook, so I'm just kind of like, yeah, we'll see what happens. Here, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, fishy. I don't know why they don't want to bite, but they don't want to bite too well. Seems like every time I've been out here to Ochoco's, it's been a slow bite this year. I mean, I've gotten bites every time I've been out here, but there's been a lot of swing and misses or swing and have them on for a minute or two and then they come off. I can't stand it. I gotta relocate this one. I feel like I got to. Y'all. I just got that feeling I gotta relocate it. What the? Reeling got hung up. All right, we're unhung. If the bait come off, we might try a different bait, different flavor. But if it's still got bait on there, we'll leave what we got on there. Yep, it's still on there. All right, relocate it. All right, that one's relocated. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, I think that one's gonna work this time. Oh. Excuse me. Excuse me. What are you guys doing today on your Saturday, y'all? I want to know. What are y'all doing? Except for watching me. Uh, I'm just chuckling about my buddy Alex. He likes to say, "What the?" So now I'm saying, "What the?" Whenever I lose a fish or whatever, you guys. I don't know. I just think it's funny. Huge shout out to Alex. What a beautiful morning to be alive, y'all. What a beautiful morning. Such a beautiful morning, y'all. For sure, for sure. I would like to see them fix the irrigation problem because now all the water that they pull out of these reservoirs, um, basically what happens is they lose half their water to seepage. That and they're pulling the water out of these reservoirs for irrigation purposes, right? So what they do is they pull the water out of these dams or out of these reservoirs into the canals, and basically what they do is they pump them out to these farmers' ponds to where they can irrigate their fields for hay, crops, anything that's going to grow and live that plants, So they pump the water out of these lakes into their ponds, but basically between here and their ponds, okay, they've got canals, and those canals lose so much water into seepage, and plus once they get to the ponds, they lose water into seepage there. So from what I'm told and what I understand is when they pump the water out of these bodies of water, they're losing at least 50% of their water to seepage. A lot of water, especially when you consider that you see the water lines even behind me here along the there. See how high that is? I don't know if you guys can see my finger here, but there. Now I see that gray line there on the rock. The water mark. Okay, that's when it's completely full, right? So they pump that much water out. That's a lot of water to pump out of a body of water. Okay. So they pump that out into the irrigation ditches. So they're losing water into the ground, which you're going to lose water into the ground, you know. But what they're doing is they're pulling water out of the reservoirs into the irrigation ditches and then into the ponds. And in that process between here and their final destination and irrigating the farmlands and stuff like that, they're losing 50% of that water that they pump out of the reservoirs to seepage. So they're losing a lot of water, basically is what I'm saying. See, if they could figure out a way to, I mean, yeah, it'd probably be not so cost effective to do it, but if they could figure out a way to keep from seeping so much seepage, they wouldn't lose so much water every year out of these reservoirs. You know, there's been years where we come out here and fish these reservoirs and they're so low, you're fishing out there in the middle of the lake because they're pulling water out of these reservoirs. And then when you have a drought year like what it seems like we're having this year so far, we're not getting the rain, we're not getting the snow. That's also hurting the fishing, well, the water for the fish. But granted, the reservoirs were never put here for fishing purposes. They were put here for that purpose, which is irrigation for farms. So, you know, for us who fish and us who love to enjoy the bounty that we're blessed to enjoy, you know, all it takes is drought after drought after drought after drought, and then you don't have no water left. To where all you got's a stream, but where's all the fish that was in the reservoir going to go? Because there's no room for them in a stream. Basically, what it boils down to. So, I would like for them to figure out how to do that without wasting so much water. I don't know. Figure that out, because on those drought years, that would really help us out, or well, help them out even too. You know. What up, Mo Styles? Glad you can finally join us. Yay, Mo's in the house. So I just thought I'd bring that up to you guys, see what you guys thought about the whole reservoir thing. That really wasn't put here for fish, it was put here for irrigation. So they don't care if they drain this reservoir because it's not here for the fish. But they have to keep some flow because this reservoir flows, and if this reservoir doesn't have water in it to feed those creeks, then that's detrimental to the environment. Doodad, what's going on? So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm gonna relocate the worm now. I've let it sit out there long enough, I feel like. I think I'll put on one more Potski fire egg because it's not really floating too good because that's a pretty good sized worm. And that may be why I'm getting nearly as many bites as I was thinking we would have. You guys, so I'm going to go ahead and add one more Potski fire egg. Or maybe I'll just add a marshmallow instead. See if we can't get that worm floating up off the bottom more. So it increases our chances of catching a fish. You guys. Alright, worm and marshmallow and Potski fire egg going out. We're gonna get destroyed now. We're gonna catch a trout on that. Look at that. Looks like trout dessert to me, or dinner to me. The trout are gonna find that irresistible, and we're gonna get a trout, or two, or three. They ain't gonna know how to act now that it's floating up off the bottom properly now. Alright, we're fishing. Yeah, it is nice out today for sure. It is real nice out today. We've hooked one fish and lost it, and then we had another bite and didn't even hook it. So you're gonna have to practice casting again, huh? First time I've ever heard a cow on the other side of the reservoir here. We're only gonna fish here until about 11. If we're not getting fish, we're gonna move to another body of water, maybe. I mean, I guess I could move to another spot here on this reservoir, I guess. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. You never know. Because trolling, you can part, cast, or just let the line out. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Wind's starting to pick up a little more again. It died down there for about 20 minutes, it seemed like. Now it's starting to pick up again. Boy, Thursday, man, we had a heyday catching them trout out there at Haystack, man. We caught 3 really nice ones in about, I think it was a half an hour, I think. That was a fun morning of fishing, for sure. Come on, fish, show up. I want to do a different kind of catch and cook this day, on this day. Catch and cook I've never even tried. I've never even cooked it this way before. I'm dying to try it. But I need some fish. I haven't brought my basket down knowing that I was going to catch fish today to cook up. So far, I've missed 2 fish. I would have had food already if I wouldn't have those 2 fish. Of course, I guess if I don't catch any fish, I don't have to pack all the cooking stuff down here, I guess. I guess that could be a plus, huh? We needed a Bruce and a Loose. Come on, Brucey. Come on, Lucy. You can do it. You can do it. Lucy, you got some explaining to do. Let's go. Let's go have some fun, you guys. Well, yep. Whoa. Don't fall. Oh, let's see here. There we go. All right, I'm ready to change power baits. I'm ready to try a different flavor because what I'm throwing is not working so far. So we're gonna go ahead and change dough baits. And see if we can't get bit. Usually salmon egg is the flavor, but it ain't happening so far. And then I just got hung up on reeling it in. I may have to tie. Nope, got it back. I didn't have to retie. Alright, let's try a different flavor, you guys. We're going to go with corn power bait this time. If that don't work, then we'll try cheese. Fresh pot of coffee, Elmo. Nice. Glad you're on top of the coffee situation this morning. My coffee's up in the car just chilling and getting cold, but that's okay. It was the intent to not have to pack a whole lot, but I ended up packing a lot of stuff down anyway, so. We're going to try corn power bait for a little while. And then I think our next move is to move to worm and a bobber. If we don't get bit on that worm soon. Because I'm hungry for some trout. Cooked a new style for me. Good morning. I did forget one element to my cooking success. Drain out the scales before you drink it. Yeah. That's David for you. Good times, good times. Alright. Let's get this one out there. Corn power bait going out. Man, I am not casting worth beans right now. What the? Alright, I think we're on the bottom. Alright, let's put this over here. See what happens. You know, that's the one thing good about our chats is even if we're not catching fish, we're still having a good time. Sometimes that's what it takes, is a good time, even when you're not catching fish. Come on, fish. We need you to show up so we can do a catch and cook for these nice folks. And even if not, that's fine too. I just have a plan and I want it to go through, you know. I just want it to go through for y'all. We're only going to give that worm on the bottom until 10:30, and then we're going to try with the worm and a bobber for a little bit, and then we're going to make a switch, I think, at 11. We're going to go someplace else and fish, because, yeah, it's a little frustrating at this point out here at Ochoco's, because normally I feel like it's a go-to place, but I'm not fly fishing either, so, you know, and I'm not using a gulp minnow either, like I normally would be out here. I probably need to switch back to using more gulp minnows, but for now, it's just, it is what it is, really, with my hands being what it is. I feel like if I switch back to doing more gulp minnows and more fly fishing, I think I could catch more fish out of here. To be real honest with you guys. But I still feel like the bait and worms work. Because I've had bites, I just haven't delivered. At this point, I don't know if the people who are going to be here are going to show up today or not. So I may only need 2 fish to, well, yeah, I feel like I need 2 fish in order to get a good feel for what I'm making, I feel like. See, the cool thing about these experiments that I do, you guys get to, you guys want to try them yourself. Where, oh, where have all the fishy gone, y'all? Where? I want to know. I know they're out there in the lake someplace, or the reservoir someplace. Come on, I'm fishing for 2 fish at this point. I don't feel like the people who are going to be here are going to show up, so right now I'm fishing for 2 fish to do this catch and cook. Catch and cook, catch and cook. I've done a couple catch and cooks here at Ochoco Reservoir. It's always a fun time. Once I packed all my stuff down to the middle of the lake to the middle of the reservoir when the water was so low that you can literally stand out in the middle of the reservoir and it's dry basically. Um, and then I've done the primitive cooking here where you don't have no cooking stuff, no supplies, no nothing. You just got a knife, so you cut it and throw it on the coals. And then, like today, I want to do something different, but the fish aren't cooperating too well. Seems like they would be though. I mean, not that hard for them to bite, I don't think. Maybe I just picked the wrong spot today to fish. Even though I've had 2 bites out here today, I just feel like, where oh where are the fish? Joe John, or John Joe? I mean, what's going on? No, it's only about 10 o'clock in the a.m. already. Yeah, it's just because of the clouds. Oh, GoPro battery just died, which is fine. It can die. Not gonna hurt nothing. Not gonna hurt nothing if it dies. For sure, for sure. I gotta clear out space on this SD card so I can continue recording it anyways. Because the SD card is almost full. Almost full. But no, it's not almost dark here. It's literally 10, quarter after 10 here in the AM, and it's just cloudy, y'all. On to. I'm about ready to give up on that worm off the bottom and just start throwing a worm and a bobber. I think that I feel like I feel like that's gonna give me more opportunity. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch to worm and a bobber instead of worm off the bottom because that's just not working for me today. All right. We're still going to use that same worm we have on. We're just going to put it on the bobber setup. That poor little worm's been through a lot this morning. Been eaten and spit out and cast and reeled a few times. And it can't be happy being mistreated like that. But we'll get him back out there. We'll get him back out there on a float rig. All right, worm and bobber going out, y'all. All right. Throwing it out. Cast and wait. What we call baiting and waiting. Simple game, simple game. I know I'd like to see a fish. I don't necessarily need it to be a big fish. I just need it to be a fish at this point. Yeah, big fishes are nice, but when you've missed two fish already, you get whatever you can get at this point. I really do feel like I probably could have had more fish caught if my hand was in better condition and I could cast 1,000 casts in a day. But I'll take what I can get. And that's baiting and waiting. There went a fish way out there. You guys could probably see that in the camera lens. The splash, anyways. There's the float right there. You guys holler at me if you see it go under. I think I'm going to take a little nap with as slow as the fishing is this morning. I just joking. I just joking. I ain't taking no nap. Because if they're jumping, that means they're active. Oh, nice, nice. I'm glad you're having perch for dinner tonight. I'm hoping to have a couple of trout for lunch. I'd like to catch a couple of trout, flay them out, and make something I've never made before. So I would like to. I just got to get a fish. I got to get a couple fish though. It's been that slow. I mean, besides the 2 bites that I had right away this morning, it's been pretty slow. Of course, if I would have landed those 2 fish that bit this morning, I'd have lunch, and I'd be cooking by now. But because I feel like the lunchtime is between like 10 and like 2. Anything after that, it's like dinner, or anything before that, it's like breakfast. So, boy, that cow's making all kinds of noises over there this morning. You don't usually hear too many cows over there. I know they're over there, but you usually don't hear too many of them when you're out here. Fat cat, what's going on? What is going on, man? Man, I don't know what's going on with them cows over there. They sounding mighty weird today. That sounds more like a bear than a cow. I'm looking to see if I can't spot them out. Because they're not that far out. I should be able to see them if I can spot them. Um, they might be in that holler over there, though. That don't really sound like a cow to me. That sounds more like a. What do you guys think that is? Are they? I thought so. Yeah, I think they're over there in that holler over there. Yeah. But yeah, we are baiting and waiting for some food. If we can get something to commit to being caught, we have some food. Ron or Roy, what's going on? The float's moved way over here now. It was out there ways, and now it's moved way down here. Time to recast it, I think. Whoop, whoop. Trying to keep you guys dialed in on that float in case if it goes down. You guys can holler at me if it does. I ain't throwing nearly as far as I'd like to throw. The fish are still in the reservoir swimming around, Roy. I've had 2 bites this morning. That's it. One on worm, one on dough on power bait, but other than that, it's just been slow. Here at 11, if I ain't got a fish caught, I'll probably move to either another spot or another reservoir. One of the two. I was planning on cooking some trout for y'all today, but I ain't having no luck. Looks like they got a fish, maybe. Oh yeah, they got a fish. Nice. Maybe I should have went over there this morning. Nah, I'm good here. At least somebody's catching a fish. I hope so. I hope so. I'm really curious to try this new method of cooking a trout for you guys. Yeah, I'm using 2 rods. I got 1 rod right there with baiting and waiting on the bottom, and then I decided to throw a float, and for some reason I'm having a hard time finding a float in the camera, but it's usually not that hard to find. But I don't know. It should be right there someplace. But I see the rod tip, but I don't see the float, even though the float's not under. But it's out there someplace. Oh, I see it now. I finally found it. Just took me forever to find it. I don't know why, but it did. It's that pink looking thing out there. Trying to keep it in focus so if it goes down, you guys can holler at me. So. Yeah, sometimes it can be even because the bouncing of the waves makes it kind of hard to sometimes, you know. Geese are excited about something. They've already got another bite. He just threw back out there. That's pretty fast action over there. Doing a depth check at this point. Maybe not fishing deep enough. Yeah, about 6 feet deep is what I'm fishing probably. So I feel like that's plenty deep enough. Get it back out there and get you guys zoomed back in on it. Right there. I think it's time to relocate the dough bait, the power bait. Let's see here. A fish will come. Come on, fishy. Are you? Yeah, I see. Okay. Okay, I thought. Then I lost it. That happens, you know. You lose it sometimes. Wind switched on me. Now it's blowing from the dam side to this way. Was blowing from. Decided to switch up on me. Oh. Mm-hmm. Earlier, the water didn't have to. The water glimmering, and it was easier to see the float. Yeah, see it now. though, kind of. Hi there, fishing with Kedra. I think that's how you say that. Fishing with Kedra. How you doing this morning? Oh, there it is. I can see it. Kind of hard to see with all that wind blowing, but. I'm hurting for sturgeon. What's going on, man? Been a slow morning bite. I've had 2 bites all morning, y'all. I hooked one and lost it, and then didn't even hook the second one. Second one's like, nope, don't pierce my lip with the hook. Just let me eat your bait. And that's what happened. Boy, that wind picked back up now. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm thinking about here at 11, thinking about moving over to either another reservoir or another spot on this reservoir. Yeah, I've definitely used my kayak in this reservoir. I haven't put my boat in this reservoir for some reason, but I've definitely used my kayak in this reservoir. But I can't really use my boat right now anyways because of my hand, or my kayak for that matter, which stinks because I would love to have my kayak out here right now. Or yeah, it's pretty deep. Yeah, it's pretty deep. Um, I would love to have my kayak or my boat out here. I've yet to use an anchor on my boat or my kayak. I need to do that though. Yeah, heck yeah. Are you gonna go live tomorrow, man? It'd be cool to see a live stream sturgeon fishing. I've done a couple live streams while sturgeon fishing. It's pretty fun, especially when you're catching them. Yeah, that would be pretty sweet to have spot lock. I didn't realize how much of a game changer spot lock was until I went fishing with Herman Outdoors out of Portland, and we done a collab. Oh, I'm telling you, that spot lock is money. Yeah, I hear you. I completely understand that. You don't want to get all your electronics all wet and stuff if it's pouring, for sure. Definitely understand that. But yeah, that spot lock is definitely a game changer. I didn't realize how big of a game changer that was until I went fishing with Herman Outdoors, and we had some fun. We caught some bass, some trout, some crappie. It was a lot of fun. We done a catch and cook. Heck yeah. We done a worm versus fly fishing challenge. I kind of feel like I won, but at the end of the day, it was a tie. At the end of the day, I mean, yeah, I did catch the first fish and the biggest fish, but still, at the end of the day, it was still 1-1. So, in my opinion, it really just landed up being a tie because nobody caught more fish that day when we were doing the worm versus fly challenge. It was pretty sweet though. We done that out there on the Crane Prairie Reservoir, which was awesome. I can't tell you enough how great of a fishery that Crane Prairie is. That is one heck of a fishery. Whether you're bass fishing or trout fishing, they even got a population of kokanee. I've never fished for the kokanee out there, but they've got a good population of kokanee too. It's a shallow reservoir, but it's got a lot of trees and stumps in there. Hey, hurting for sturgeon. What kind of challenges do you think we could do while we're fishing together? That's something we could think about doing. Hmm. I think it moved out to the. Yeah, it did. It did. Here, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, fishy. Let's go, fishy. The breeze has definitely slowed down some. That's nice. But the bite still hasn't picked up yet. Do I really want to spend my whole day here trying to get a fish, or do I want to go to another body of water or another location on this body of water? That's where I'm at right now. Because the last couple times I've been out there at Prineville, at the spot that I've been catching a lot of the fish at over there, I haven't been able to live stream, but I've been catching fish. Last couple times I've been here, I've been missing a lot of fish, but not landing many fish. So, I mean, I could move over to the other reservoir and get skunked, which is a high possibility. So, I have littered this section of reservoir with bait. I mean, casted multiple different spots, different depths, different levels, and it just has not panned out. I'm gonna have to turn off my my speaker so I can plug up my phone to charge it, because I'm gonna need to charge it nonetheless. Whether or not I move or I stay, I'm still gonna have to change or charge it up. So I'm gonna turn off my speakers. Hopefully that doesn't cut off the sound to the live stream. So bear with me. Hopefully it don't. We're gonna turn it off, and then we're gonna charge the phone. All right, stick with me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Sorry, guys. I'm just a little weird sometimes. Come on. Get in there, charger. Come on. I think we got it in there. Can't be too sure, but I think we got it in there. We'll know once we get it hooked up. Nope, it's not charging yet, but I can sing it, sing it. Yeah. What the? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get this thing. There, that time that one in, that end. So in reality, I plug it in here. Should work. Something's not right here. Oh, there's a bite though, on the dough bait. Finally got a bite on the dough bait. See? Check it, check it, check it, check it. Get him, get him. Get him, get him. Did I get him? Oh, double, 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 double. One on the bobber too. Oh no, I missed the one on the dough bait. But the bobber's still under. Bobber's still under. Bobber's still under. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Get it, get it, get it. Yes, one. No. I missed both of them. No. I missed both of them, you guys. What the? I missed both of them. All right. Worm and bobber going back out. And we'll get some dough bait back out. You guys. And that wrapped up around the float. So now I got to reel in the float and untangle it and throw it back out there. Ay, 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 ay. Always when you're messing around, you get the bites. Now I got such a tangle. Such a tangle. You guys, such a tangle. Come on, figure it out, figure it out. What in the world? Okay, I think we got it figured out. All right, yep. Worm and bobber going back out. Again. Without the whoops. Yep, without the whoops that time. Y'all still there? Sorry, I missed them. Missed both of them. Let's see. Let's see if we can get you focused in on the float again. That way while I'm busy, y'all can tell me if I get a bite, all right? There you guys go. Let me get this other one rebaited up and back out there. I can't believe I missed both of those. They were biting pretty good for a while. They got another one over there. Maybe the bites finally decided to turn on just because I was talking about leaving. All right, you guys, dough bait going back out, y'all. Right now. Fun having a double, but didn't land either one. All right, let's see if we can't get a couple more bites, y'all. Oh, I'm messing with my phone, you guys, trying to get it to charge and stuff. Trying to get my cord to do what it's supposed to do in between bites. But the cord's acting weird for some reason. I don't know why, but it is. Wind switched on me again. Okay, back to what the Bruce and Loose. Strike one, strike two. That's not fair. They are tag teaming you. Yeah, they are. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes sometimes. Mm-hmm. Okay, I see what's wrong. There's definitely gotta get whatever that is messing up my thing out of there. Because there is something wrong there. Don't need to messing up my port on my phone for charging. So sorry guys, I'm trying to get this port cord thing cleaned out so I may have to go up to the truck and get my other one, because this one's I think is got something in it causing it not to do its thing, because it don't want to go down in there. I gotta head out. All right, man, be safe. I'm sorry, I'm kind of distracted with my charger thing here. It's I think there's something down in there, so not working. It's not one to let the thing go into the charging port on my thing here. And the last thing I need is it not working properly and messing up my my charging port. So, all right, you guys. All right, I don't know what to tell you guys. Don't know what to tell you guys. I need to do something about getting my phone on a charger. So, y'all. I think I'm gonna get off here. Gotcha, man. Be safe out there. All right, you guys. Well, shucky darns. I'm gonna go ahead and get off the live stream. I think I'm gonna continue fishing because had a couple bites. I'm gonna run up to the truck, get a different charger port or charger to use because this thing isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing. For whatever reason, not doing its thing. So, y'all, we'll live stream again at some point today if we can get a charge on our phone. So you all know what time it is. For now, remember to catch, kiss, and release a fish once in a while. It ensures a future fishery for all. Till next time, this is G-Man Fishing, and we are out. Later. I hate to leave. We're doing so good, but I need to get it done. We're out.